That was cut a little short, but hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to KH No FilterFootball. We're going to be doing today's match review. My name is Marshalldbdx. And yeah, so we're going to go ahead and introduce the panel today. Same panel as yesterday's for match reaction, except today we're a lot more calm. And we're going to see if we see the game a little differently. But to start things off, like I said, my name is Marshalldbdx. I'm going to be hosting today's show. To my left, you're right. My right,
my right. You're right. You're
my
right.
right. You're left, right.
Who's
All right.
right?
Well, Will,
Who's right?
someone's right, but Will's always wrong. But anyways,
Oh,
I'm kidding. Will, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. I actually rewatched the majority of the game, so yeah, I think.
All right, cool.
Hey, it was on the style,
think?
right? I was bored.
No, that's what I mean. Like, this is why we have this show, guys, is so that in case some of us decide to rewatch highlights, rewatch the game, because sometimes we do that. We come in with a different bit of an insight than a reactionary one like we did yesterday. And even for reactionary, we were pretty grounded, I want to say, but you know, things do change. But Andrew, how you doing, man?
I'm cool, man. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good. Yeah.
You're as cool as a surfer. You're as cool as a surfer in Hawaii, seeing a high tide, man. Jesus.
Hang 10, dude. Yeah, rock on. Yeah, very good. Very good.
Well, guys, so as for the format of the channel, we're going to be going over yesterday's game, which was the Liverpool 1 and Chelsea 1 game. And before we go ahead and do that, just a little bit of the plugs. Make sure you guys smash that like button so it helps the algorithm get our discoverability up. If you're watching this in the future, make sure you comment, subscribe if you're brand new to the channel, share it if you love us, because I know you do. Go ahead and share it. Make sure if you want to donate, we do have the super chat option available for you guys to donate and send in your super chats, which we will read out loud or do depending on what it is.
And also with that, if you
sing.
Yeah. And also if you don't donate like a couple of times, you will be added to the ticker as well, because we do want to shout you guys out, because we do appreciate it. So
yeah, and as an appreciation, at the bottom, you guys can see the past, present, future donators.
If anyone has donated in the past and I've left you out on the thing, please just comment or message me on not Instagram, on Twitter or anything, and I'll add you, because I that was off the top of my head. So. But yeah.
But yeah, guys, so make sure you do all that for us. Also, in the description, you'll see a bunch of links to socials, my channel, Andrew's Twitter. I believe we have some other channels on there as well. So make sure you guys do check out the description below. Check out and support some of those creators, because we do work hard to give you this content and all that stuff, and it would help us out a lot. And yeah, make sure you also join our Discord, because we are active on our Discord. We do hang out there. We watch games together and we have banter and all that stuff. And it's always a good time. So make sure you join the Twitter. All the links and the information is in the description below. But alas, I don't think I'm forgetting anything. We move. All right. I guess at this point, let's see if we still feel the same way about the game. So Will, you watched the game again. Do you... What has changed? Is everything the same? Are you proud of the game? Are you more disappointed? Tell me how you feel.
I think I was too harsh on a couple of players looking back. You know, I think I was a bit harsh on Havertz and Mount. Even Alonso, I thought I was a bit harsh on. Yeah, it was frustrating to see Kante get injured again. That annoyed me a little bit. Yeah, I think we struggled with to deal with Liverpool's fluidity at times. Their rotations in midfield. You had Elliott and Salah drifting onto the right, which I didn't even notice yesterday. I mean, it's what they normally do. That's what Klopp's known for. Get your midfield to be fluid. Make Trent drop essentially, whip the ball in, or go through the middle if there's an option. But yeah, I think maybe I was a bit harsh. It was a good result. Still looking back on it, bit frustrated that we couldn't take that chance. Maybe Lukaku could have actually played in Havertz looking back on it instead of Mount. I know everyone blamed Mount for that, but looking back on it, maybe you can criticise.
You mean the one that went wide, just barely?
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing.
But yeah, apart from that, the defense again were brilliant. That was the good part of watching it again. You got to see brilliant defended, and I think Silva was actually better than I thought he was watching it again when he came on. And I thought Kovacic was brilliant as well.
Oh, sweet. And Andrew, how do you feel about the game now that you had some time to really reflect and think about it?
Yeah, I still don't rate Alonso as much as other people did performance yesterday. Maybe I'll bump up by 0.5, but I don't, I know he's part of the defence, but it just frustrates me. And maybe I was a bit too high on Mendy because I thought looking back at those saves, I expecting to make those saves. So maybe my score was a bit high for him. Otherwise, my thought on it was we didn't explain much yesterday. Was the Thomas Tuchel's man management at half time. Was when because the guys were coming in hot, angry, injustice, and they only had a few minutes. Whether it was him by himself, him and his staff, him and senior players, to get the guys to calm down, to focus, to get ready for an attrition, and about 15, but only about 15 minutes really, and restricting to long shots. He must have been so pleased, especially when bringing Thiago Silva on his first minutes of the season.
Yeah,
having to do about Kante, especially for that type of rearguard action. But yeah, I thought it was a point gained and 2 dropped. And I thought, we dealt with them. We dealt with them pretty handily. Actually, they were crossing it in. There was no issues whatsoever. And restricted them to basically long shots, and not even really good long shots either.
Yeah.
And we forced. He brought Thiago on very late. He brought
He didn't do much.
Schmickers on for Robertson, which was like for like. There wasn't really much that he could do. And I thought, I'm just thinking without that. I'm coming around to thinking I'm fine with the penalty. It's just the red card that's just got me. That's all.
Yeah.
I think penalty. I think if we had 11, even if they scored the penalty, I think we would have beat them.
Are Chelsea appealing that to get it changed to a yellow by any chance?
I hope.
I have no idea.
I hope,
it's only a 1 match back. It's a 1 match.
We'll come back. We'll come back to that penalty because I really do want to discuss it now that I've seen it better. But overall, the game. I think yesterday I came out a little defeated just because, I think for all of us, I think the penalty really took a huge blow on us because, that's what made us all feel a little defeated and deflated about the tie. Just because if that penalty isn't there, then like what Andrew said, we probably win that game. We probably get another opportunity to score and stuff, and we're not as lackluster in defense the second half. And it was just annoying. Anthony Taylor took the stage that day essentially instead of it being about the game, which is freaking frustrating. But I mean, on what Will was saying, Thiago Silva did look good when he came in, despite not having that much game time. Is that experience, that solidity in the back that he just brings, and it's just he already knows. He knows it's not that he needs to have fitness in his legs because he's at an age too where he just needs to know where to be. His positioning is phenomenal. He needs, that's what you expect from Thiago Silva. And I do think, we were a little harsh on the attack, but with the attack, it's going to take time to mesh, right? It has to be that. But I wanted to ask, go for it.
There was one more thing which I noticed in the game. When Lukaku tried to drift onto the right-hand side, what Klopp did, which I didn't realise he actually did yesterday, he made Henderson go more central and then put Fabinho onto their left-hand side to try and almost stop Lukaku from drifting into the space. Get what I mean? So yeah, that was a good move from Klopp to do that because that then takes a big part of Lukaku's game because he loves to drift onto that side. Either play make or cut in. So yeah, that's another thing I noticed.
See, there's a comment here. Daniel says here, "I'm over the penalty. It's a red card, and it's been appealed. Apparently, they are changing it to a yellow." Yeah,
Helped us now,
that's the
doesn't it?
thing. After watching it, and let's just talk about that point of the game. After watching it a few times last night, I'm changing my tune and saying that it's definitely a penalty, right? But I think it's a yellow because I think the moment that his thigh, the ball hit his thigh, the ball started moving away from the goal, and then when he touched it, it was no longer a ball. He was no longer blocking a ball from going into goal. So at that point, it should have been a yellow. And, I'm still fucking pissed off Anthony Taylor. And Mike Dean today had a really wishy-washy performance as well as a ref during the Man United game. But that's a different story for a different time. One day it'll be Mike Dean. The other day it's fucking Anthony Taylor. They freaking take turns on taking the spotlight here. But do you feel the same way, Andrew, about that? Or Will? Both of you guys? What do you feel?
Do you go first, Andrew?
I guess it's the point of we've all seen a video of him go to the screen, and he doesn't even watch a video; he watches a still shot.
It's fucking terrible.
And I just think I'm just more on the point that I don't know how you can give a red for that because his arm's by inside. Yeah, he doesn't deliberately handball the ball. The second motion is the one you could argue about, and you could go, "Yeah, I can see him give a penalty," but that's not intentional. If you know what I mean. I'm so pissed that he had a still shot. They didn't show him his video assistant ref, not picture assistant ref. You know what I mean? In fact, he took like 2 seconds to look at it, to look at a still photo.
It's 2021, not fucking 1982.
Exactly. Just run the whole. It's a very important decision. I don't mind you taking a minute or so This is a very important decision to be made. I don't mind you doing that.
Exactly.
Just go ahead
That's the thing, Andrew. That's the thing, Andrew. And Will, you tell me what you think of this. Like, it's literally one of the most important games of the season, right? We're talking about, like, these are two title contending teams. Exactly. And you don't give it enough time to actually review it properly. You just look at it for a second, like, fucking.
You know what frustrates me as well the most? This is what frustrates me the most. If it was a decision that needed just a split second to look at it, they wouldn't have even gone to Anthony Taylor. They wouldn't have even gone to Anthony Taylor and told him to go over. They would have made the decision for him. The fact that he had to go over there, the VAR must have known it was such a tight one and they didn't really know what to do. Yet Anthony Taylor literally goes over there, looks at it, doesn't even let the frame fucking move, and then decides to send him off. He doesn't. And do you know what? I looked at the picture. He didn't even look Reece James in the face. That ball cunt. Fuck you, Anthony Taylor, you prick. Do you know what? I don't hope anything bad happens to you, yeah? The worst I hope that happens is maybe your kid's playing with Lego and you step on it, because that hurts, okay? That hurts. I don't hope anything bad happens to you, because, it's football. I'm not going to insult him too much. There's been some comments towards him which are outrageous. I wouldn't wish anything horrible on him or his family, because I'm not like that. Life is bigger than football, but you get what I mean, don't you? It's just fucking hell. Yeah. Piss me off.
What's the stadium that Leeds played in? Ellen
Road.
Yeah. I hope you have to ref a game in Ellen Road and you fucking twist your ankle on that terrible pitch.
Jesus God.
That's what I wish for you. Wow. No, he'll be fine. He'll be out a few games. That's it. He'll be an assistant. He'll be in the room.
He'll be the video assistant ref.
He'll be the video assistant referee, and then he'll feel neglected when you fucking doesn't get. Hey, you didn't check my bar. Oh, you didn't check my bar. But no, it does make me mad because like it seems like when you go and when you watch the video, it seems like he just. Oh, I have to check it. That means they're probably going to change their mind. I'm just going to go pretend like I'm looking and just decide.
It's so frustrating.
It's totally an ego thing almost.
As well with Anthony Taylor, let's name all the bad decisions. That yesterday, the red card, the Kovacic FA Cup
The
incident.
millions of fouls,
The-
and let's get it right too. Like, Will, it was on both sides. It
Wait a
wasn't
minute.
just Chelsea. Like overall in general, the game
but
was
then
terribly
you've got to
reffed.
look at the other decisions he made go against us. He gave Alonso a yellow card when the Spurs goalkeeper fouled him in 2019, December 2019.
Oh, you're
Didn't
whipping out the
send Harry-
receipts.
Didn't send Harry Maguire off when he kicked Batshuayi in the balls. Maguire went on to score and get man of the match that game. Also was looked at the VAR when Fred pushed Aspi and he fell into Luke Shaw, and then we scored from that. Fucking bullshit as well. That prick. Oh my god, he's so annoying. That's how many decisions in the last 2 years? Four key decisions going against us in big games. Why is he on these big games? Give us Michael Oliver. Give us Martin Atkinson. Referees that are actually competent in big games. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Give
You
Anthony
would
Taylor
think-
to Burnley versus Leeds or some shit like that. Don't give him Liverpool Chelsea.
You would think that like the EPL would see that there is an issue. There's a record here with Anthony Taylor and Chelsea, and would start to manage what games he's involved in, if not any. You know, like I don't. If that is that even possible for us to even do, like get him to like not actually ref our games anymore. Just get someone else, because it's clearly he has a track record, and it's not a good track record. I don't know if that's ever been done, but anyways, I wanted to ask you guys. Now in hindsight, would you guys have made any changes to the lineup at all, or would you have sent out the same exact lineup? Andrew, what do you think?
I would have started Werner. As great as Mason Mount was, as good as Mason Mount was defensively,
Yeah.
I thought he was equally as bad offensively, with his decision making and his touches and his passing. Obviously, if the same thing happened and we've got a penalty, then I don't mind Mount coming on for like a Werner or a Havertz and then doing it that way. And it's tough. I would say maybe Chilwell for Alonso. I know he was part of the defence that got the clean sheet in the second half. I understand that. I just think he's just one of those ones that it just frustrates me a lot. People said he had a great game. I'm not of that opinion. I thought he had an okay game. First half, I thought he was ripped to shreds down that left-hand side by Salah and Harvey Elliott. And that meant Rudiger had to compensate and come over and help him out a bit more. Second half, he was better defensively, but still had touches where it's like, what are you doing? I know you're frustrating me. I know he ran and everything like that, but it's in these things where he has like 2 or 3 good games in a row, and then it won't continue. And hopefully, after the international break, we get to see Chilwell a bit more coming in. But I think the big one has to be Werner, possibly coming in just for the highway. Even if the penalty and red card didn't happen, I would have expected to see Werner sometime in that second half, just the way the game would have planned out, stretch him a bit more. But other than that, I thought the starting lineup was very good. So.
Will, would you have made any changes?
Is my mic out of sync?
Yeah, it is a little.
I would have started Werner because I felt like Liverpool really only saw one. I know Havertz scored from a corner, but for me, they only saw one proper goal threat, and that was Lukaku. I think if they... Hi, you're fine now.
Good.
I think if we had Werner, they would have had another problem. I don't think Lukaku would have... I wouldn't say Lukaku was isolated for long periods, but there's a couple of moments where he had to... It was him versus like 2 to 3 defenders, and you don't get Lukaku for him to be able to take on 3 players and shoot, do you? You buy Lukaku to be on the end of crosses, not the end of crosses actually. You don't buy him for that reason. You buy him to get him in behind into the dangerous area, roll the defender quickly and get the ball out of his feet. That's what you buy him for. You buy him for goals. You don't buy him for all this trickery that he had to try and pull off yesterday. So yeah, I would have played Werner because he would have been a threat for Liverpool. As Andrew said, would have stretched them out. Would have gave Lukaku more space. And probably would have contributed more.
Listen, people. See, that's the thing. I don't necessarily agree that Mount isn't creative, because he did have some moments where, well, by some he had like one or two. Let's be real. He had like one or two moments where, if he had better execution, then your tune would change. You would say he is creative. You know, he had that one chip, and then he had that one through ball that he completely overshot. That I remember very, very blatantly. You know, I agree with you guys, though. I think this is the thing. People don't want to hear this about Mount, but I really don't think there's going to be rotation. And I really think that there are going to be games where Mount doesn't play. He's not. I don't think he is the first name on the team sheet now that we have a Lukaku. I think right now, for a while, there's going to be some rotation until we figure out that the meshing and what's a good partnership and how we're going to play each player for what kind of games. You know, I really think that until Mount is in form, we're not going to be seeing him every single game, because let's get it right. Like Mount is a workhorse. I totally agree with that, but it's just he's not in top tip form. He's not. He's just he's lacking.
This comment I completely agree with. I like Mount on the right. I think I'm trying to think of Mount's. I think Mount was really good against Crystal Palace. He played on the right for a lot of situations. In the game against Arsenal, he was on the right and he drifted a bit centrally. And then I think that's what led to him playing in Reece James for his goal. I get why Tuchel wants Havertz to play on the left, because he can occupy that space quite well and he's quick. But we saw what happened against Arsenal. Havertz looked comfortable on the left. I think he ghosted a little bit in times, but I don't expect him to be the centre of attention for a whole game. I don't expect that of Havertz. I don't expect any players to be the one who has to carry us. I don't expect that. I expect us to work as a team, create as a team, defend as a team.
Yeah.
So I think Havertz's link up play on the left is brilliant. So I would honestly, if you're going to play Havertz, Mount, Lukaku, play Mount on the right, Havertz on the left.
Yeah, look, and I agree with a point that you said before. I think having that second threat would have been useful, because I feel like when we have a Lukaku, it's like all eyes on Lukaku. When he's in that lineup, people are paying attention to him. He attracts defenders, and let's get it right. They play a high line. The best thing, even with Lukaku, with his physicality, him just backing up against a defender could easily break that offsides trap that they love to play. And with a Werner, look, I really think Werner and his pace, I'm sorry. Once Werner's off, Van Dijk, Matip, Trent, you're not catching him. You're just not. And it would have been nice. Like, I know he's not clinical as of now, but that extra threat would have distracted the defenders and maybe given us more chances, because let's get it right too. Like, I know we did look creative in the attack, but I don't think we were creating that many chances. I think off the top of my head, I can really think we had like maybe 3 or 4 clear-cut chances that could have turned into something very dangerous. Other than that, like, I think it was kind of back and forth, like between Liverpool and Chelsea, just trying to regain possession, fighting against the press that Liverpool came out with. It's just that I think that, and I don't know. I think I would have just still kept Alonso. To be honest,
can I say one thing, Marshall? I think Liverpool. I was very confident that Liverpool would not win the game when Firmino came off, because Jota against our defence, I knew he was not going to win any aerial duels apart from that one against Silva. We bullied him most of the time. He didn't have any space to run into behind. He would have been better. Klopp would have been better off keeping Firmino on, who can drop deep, drag us a little bit, and he can press our midfielders. Because when Firmino came off, they had little to no chance. They didn't create a big chance when Firmino came off.
Yeah, he got injured too. I don't know if anyone know. I don't know if the chat knows that he ended up.
I thought it was a tactical.
No.
thing.
He ended up his hamstring. He had some hamstring issues,
Oh,
which is why he
okay.
got taken off. Klopp talked about it after the game.
Okay, I didn't catch that. Apologies.
Yes.
But yeah.
So we kind of like, in a sense, we caught a break with that, but I don't want to say we caught a break because it's not like we were against the ropes at that point. Like we were winning, but it kind of helped us out in the sense that happened. But and you know, that's just transitions to the next thing I want to talk to you guys about. It's 2 games now that we've seen Lukaku, Kai, and Mount. Do you guys think that this is the attacking 3 that we should keep going forward with, or do you want to see Werner come into the lineup? Or do you want to? Who would you drop of this attacking 3 right now to see Werner come to the lineup, or maybe to see Ziyech come in the lineup, or maybe both?
I'd drop Mount. Sorry, I'd rotate Mount.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd rotate Mount.
Yeah. Rotate, yeah.
I'd rotate him because no doubt he's going to play for England. Probably over more minutes than usual because Gareth Southgate's a fucking dickhead who overplays players like Mount, like we do as well. And so I'd rather listen. We're at home to Aston Villa next game. It'll be a tough game. Don't let anyone fool you. It won't be a tough game. It will be a tough game. But I'd like to see maybe Werner in there, maybe Ziyech. Ziyech is not going away on international duty. He's actually staying around.
I agree with you.
You know, it depends who comes back. Who comes back injured or not.
Super chat.
Will gets so excited. Will, you can read it.
Can I read this out? Thank you, Jester. I've added you to the super chat thing. So, Mount is an 8 playing as a forward. We miss the directness of a player that's developed in those positions. We need one of Werner or Pulisic on the left forward. And I agree. I would like to see Pulisic come back eventually as well. Against Villa. Thank you for the super chat, Jester. Much appreciated. Talking of Pulisic, I would play Pulisic, Ziyech, Lukaku for the game against Villa. Ziyech is not going with Morocco, is he?
No.
He's fallen out with their manager apparently, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I want to see Pulisic play off a striker that can hold up the ball and who's mobile, because you saw what he was like next to Giroud, but we can't play. Yeah. We couldn't play Giroud every game last year because he can't press. He can't move enough. He's just not quick enough. So yeah, I'd like to see Pulisic who can drive at players, make space for other players while doing that, because everyone knows he's a threat when he picks up the ball. So yeah, I would drop Havertz and Mount in the next Premier League game. I'd bring in Pulisic and Ziyech. And also, talking about the Aston Villa game, Martinez and Buendia are confirmed not to be involved with that game due to Argentina's COVID restrictions, and
the Premier League clubs weren't going to allow the players to leave.
Argentina wouldn't have it. Let's just say that.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
And I think what they did is they threatened to drop Martinez and Buendia. I think they threatened to drop them. So, yeah.
Oh.
That might be wrong, but yeah.
I look, I don't understand the COVID protocols. It kind of doesn't make sense to me considering we have like rapid testing and all that stuff. But hey, man, look, it doesn't seem like we're gonna have any issues with it. So as long as we're okay with that, then that's cool. But I agree with you guys. I think for the most part, like Kai Havertz is
nice.
like a.
Oh no, sorry, he'd be on the red country. Oh, they overturned it.
Oh, okay, that's what happened.
Okay. They overturned that.
Okay, so does that mean that they are?
Basically, it means that there was a report last week or maybe 10 days ago saying that Premier League clubs were going to stop. They didn't want them going to the red zone, red country restrictions, which doesn't make any sense. Why would still do an international football in countries that have that?
The chat are joking. It's a joke. The chat are joking. They're taking the piss. Don't. It's a joke. They're not being serious. Yeah. They're just trying to trigger you, and you're falling into it.
But yeah, that was the report a week ago or so. They're going international break. Yes, they are. Every single one of them. See which one of our guys will be out for that game. And then probably one or two players probably be out now because of that.
You know, funny enough, with this international break, it happened last season. I'm hoping it happens again. With Pulisic just coming back from COVID protocols and stuff, he's going to be going back to, I hope, start for the U.S. And whatever we're doing. I don't know if we're doing friendlies or actual international World Cup qualifier, but I'm hoping he picks up some form too, because I would like to see him in that lineup more often than not and actually perform, because he's been really lackluster lately. But if we go back to the original question, you asked me who would I drop from that front three. Yeah. I have to say Mount, because like I think Mount, for me, the best we've seen of Mount was from like mid-season on, because if I remember correctly, last season too, the same thing. Mount, the beginning of the season was a little underwhelming, and it took him a little bit of time to really like get into the games and be the consistent player that he was, more or less, towards the tail half of the season, the middle of the tail half of the season. So I think right now for Mount, there is some fitness involved. I think for him, it would suit him. It would do him some good to sit on the bench for the next game for Villa, rest him or whatever, because he is going to be, like you said, Andrew, he is going to be playing England, of course.
Yeah, they're going to play him.
He is the first name on that team sheet for sure. So they're going to play him. He's going to play fucking 90 minutes each time. But I totally disagree with that comment below. Yeah, but we move.
We all know differently.
Yeah, but I think Mount is going to sit out the next game, and I honestly, like, because this isn't a game where I think we're going to need too much of a getting behind the defense kind of tactic. I would like to see Ziyech have a go with Havertz. So Havertz, Lukaku, and Ziyech have a go. And from what I'm looking at the training, it looks like Ziyech and Lukaku are getting along really nicely. They were practicing shots and making a competition about it. So was Mount too, if you look at it. But I think we should take advantage of the fact that Ziyech is in good form from what it looks like, and play him. And same thing with Havertz. Like, Havertz is doing pretty decent. He missed the goal against Arsenal, but
Jules Koundé.
Yeah.
If he signs, I think he could quite possibly make his debut in that Villa game, because right now, as of now, it looks like Doyle could go on loan to Dortmund. Talks are progressing well. Apparently, he wants to go on loan. For me, so James is as of right now, he's out for that game. As of right now,
so
that means Azpi is going to play probably right wing back, and then Koundé and right centre back, and then if not, I guess Christensen, you'll have to do Thiago Silva in central centre back with Christensen right centre back. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. This last couple of days are going to be these next 2 days are going to be massive, absolutely massive.
Oh yeah, there's only 2 days left to the window, right?
Yeah, tomorrow and
11 p.m. Tuesday.
Talking of that, a quick advertisement. On Tuesday, we will be doing a deadline day stream. So, yeah.
And now we're back from our ad. Kadeem, welcome to the channel, man. Fan from Trinidad. Look at that, man. We're getting out there.
Breaking news? What? Breaking news?
Yeah, we're doing deadline day on Tuesday.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I thought we signed someone.
That might be used a lot on Tuesday.
Breaking news: we signed Erling Haaland, late development.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, I think it would be nice to see Werner. I personally want to see Ziyech. I think what C1 London said earlier here was very true. I think Ziyech has the pass which could split defense, which some of our forwards can't do. And yeah, I mean, I would like to see how Lukaku and Ziyech can just destroy defenses. Because you have one hand Lukaku's physicality and then Ziyech's passing.
Can I ask you guys a question as well?
Yeah.
No.
Was it Pies that tweeted earlier, Andrew, the Fabrizio Romano thing?
About oh yeah. So
Daniel will not like the Awar. He hates Awar. He will have an Awar agenda.
Daniel, listen, man. Werner ain't going anywhere. I'm sorry. I know you don't like Werner. He ain't going anywhere, man.
Big up Daniel, though. Always supporting.
Big up.
He's not that guy. Daniel thinks he's not that guy. He's not that guy, right, Daniel? He's not that guy. He thinks he's not that guy. Ziyech will play 15 games in the Premier League. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. Bakayoko to AC Milan is the longest transfer in history.
Is that still not done?
I don't think it's
I
been
thought it
confirmed
was,
yet.
but probably not.
I thought it was though. No,
Fuck
Koundé is
knows.
the longest one so far. We agreed personal terms with him 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's true. Actually,
So
yeah.
it's like he's now left the country he's playing in. You know.
Listen,
My big wrong.
no one beats Man United and Jadon Sancho though.
He's on a Koundé's on a 6-week flight. That's where he's been. He's on a 6-week
Jadon
flight.
Sancho was supposed to join Man United last season, man. He
Jester
just joined.
says Bakayoko's done. Okay.
Thank the Lord.
It's done.
Jadon Sancho just caught the horse and carriage to Old Trafford. He finally got there this
He
season.
hasn't. No, do you know what, Marshall? After the performance today, some say he hasn't even arrived yet, but we move.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
I'm joking. I rate Sancho. I think he needs more time, but you know,
I think he's gonna need the whole season, but we move.
He won't be a flop long term though. He won't be a flop long term.
No, I don't think so. I think it'd be foolish to think that. I think Ziyech will have a good season with Cho. Most likely going on loan, he will get more game time. I don't think Cho's in his way though, staying in London. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I don't think Cho is the problem that he's not getting game time. That's the bad part. Like, what do you guys think about this Cho to Dortmund thing?
I want him to go there. I want him to go on loan though. I think it's perfect.
It's good. I think it's good. He'll play.
Spot on, Daniel. Spot on.
He'll play a lot.
I mean that is true. Daniel.
He doesn't rate the Bundesliga.
I don't either. So. I think the Bundesliga.
I think he'll play. I think he'll play a lot, and he needs to play. I'm sorry, he's just not going to play a lot unless there's an injury crisis. He's not going to play a lot. What they're going to do is they're going to loan him for a year. They're not going to put any option or obligation to buy whatsoever.
I hope not, because I don't want him to go. I don't want him to go. If anything, if Pulisic keeps performing the way he does, I want him to go. Maybe
I also
even
think it's the
game.
first.
I don't know.
I also think it's the first step in a long term to get Bellingham.
Yeah,
like have a great relationship with Dortmund.
We do want Bellingham. There's been
but I think it's like to keep a good relationship with Dortmund. Like, this Haaland thing wasn't really about Dortmund or anything. It was about Chelsea.
It was about Bellingham.
Well, no, it was about like them not agreeing to pay all the extra money for.
Yeah. Giroud scored too.
Yes,
look at that, Giroud. Fucking Giroud's gonna score 4 goals in one game for them at the
Champions League
group stages.
Thing now. I change it. I think Milan will get third minimum after. Now they got Giroud. Ibrahimovic partnership.
We'll see how you feel about it when we do our predictor. But, guys, there's 35 of you guys watching. Make sure you smash that like button. Help us out. Help us reach our next goal of 1.3K subscribers as well if you're brand new to the channel. But let's continue this discussion about what are we talking about?
Callum.
Okay, you know what? Callum. And we're talking about Bellingham. And now that makes me want to talk about, listen, this is something that is going to be a reoccurring issue this season, it looks like. N'Golo Kante's injured again.
Aww.
So now we have a double pivot of Kova and Jorginho. That's probably most likely going to be the double pivot we play against Aston Villa.
Yeah.
And now the issue is, let's hope that neither Jorginho or Kova come back from international break injured.
Yeah.
And if they do, then what do we do? I want to ask you guys that. What do we do? It depends on the transfer window, but
I'm one more midfield injury away from a peaceful protest. Let's just say that, okay? I'm one midfield injury.
A peaceful protest, he says.
Yeah, because we need a midfield. I don't care who it is. It can be Saul, it can be Tchouaméni, it can be Aouar. I know Aouar's not really a pivot player, but Saul's not a 6 either. So I don't care. Just bring him in. Just bring anyone in. Aouar for 20 mil, I don't care. Camavinga for 25 mil, sure, bring him in. Tchouaméni for 30, 40, I don't care. Saul on a loan, I don't care. Just bring someone in of a quality that's played top flight football for more than 1 year. Please. Just bring someone in that's good.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew, I want your perspective on this, but personally, look, I know we don't like this, I think Aston Villa. I know we shouldn't take Aston Villa lightly, but I think Aston Villa, if all goes well and we do have the Kovacic, let's say if something happens to Kovacic or Jorginho, because I mean, Jorginho technically did get a knock last game. I don't know if that's going to hold him back at all. But let's say we have only one midfielder left. I actually probably wouldn't mind seeing. I know maybe you're going to shake your head at this, but I wouldn't mind seeing Ruben Loftus-Cheek play in that pivot with whoever we have left. I think as a little placeholder until someone comes back from an injury. Or even Chalobah too. Like, let's get it right. Chalobah played a little bit in the midfield yesterday too.
With go on, Marsh. Sorry if I interrupted you.
No. I was gonna say like I know you're not the biggest fan, but for a game like Aston Villa, would you feel confident with the pivot of either Kova or Jorginho and a Ruben Loftus-Cheek?
I'd do you know what?
No, fuck off.
Fuck
off. Hold on. I saw Fred today, and I saw how Trincao put him in his spliff. No, I'm okay, man. I'm okay.
I'm fine with Ruben playing if he's next to either Jorginho or Chalobah, two players that I know can sit. I don't want him next to Kovacic. I don't, because then you take
that's fair.
You take the main aspect of Kovacic's game. So I don't mind Ruben staying. I don't mind him playing against the small games. I mean, Villa for me is not really a small game at all, actually, to be fair. So maybe
you
not.
Know me well, EE. You know me well, EE.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
How did you miss Zuma already? He's not been gone for a day yet. He's only been gone for a day. I would take Zuma.
That's true.
London, 100%. He's another one. Yeah, please get us 35 likes.
Did West Ham get any slice of money off of the fucking deal with the whole
no.
He has a knee injury?
No,
he
made them pay 5 million extra euros. That's what she did.
Yeah,
it was about 35 million euros.
Fuck yourselves.
We're not even joking.
Not joking.
Yeah,
not joking. That thing about knee injury that must have pissed the right off. Okay.
It was 24 million to 9.8, so in pounds.
Yeah, it's 29.8 million pounds.
But
good. Fuck with
yeah. I mean, rumor has it. You look at all the transfers that have happened. Ronaldo made United gain followers. So did Messi at PSG. Apparently, West Ham lost 2 million followers and they announced Zuma. But I'm joking, obviously. I'm joking. I'm joking. That's an awful.
Lord.
I'm sorry, Zuma. I love you, really. I hope you do well. But, it's just a funny joke. Chalobah is a DM, yeah, I wouldn't mind. But not if you're going to change for a title, we need someone better in DM.
This would be like in placeholder of an injury because you never know what's going to happen throughout international break. They have 2 games during international break, right?
It might be 3.
Yeah.
Might be 3. Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
I think there's one midweek. There's one
like Thursday or something. Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, I think it happens normally. 1 midweek, 1 weekend, 1 midweek back.
Yeah.
Can you put up Wayne Molds' comment, please? Pick up Marshall and the big sexy chocolate Andrew, aka Mark Henry.
Oh my god. Anyway, this
is sexual white chocolate.
Big one. What the hell? We don't want Fred. Conor Gallagher.
No,
can we speak on Conor Gallagher actually? Because he scored 2 goals at the weekend. What do you think?
Let's bring him back in January.
Look. Listen. I did eye that Conor Gallagher did that, but one, it was against West Ham, right? Yeah, it was West Ham, right? Yeah. So I mean, that's respectable, right? But let's get it right. That's I don't think that's a sign of things to come. I think that for Connor, it's just something good that happened. He's not a goal scorer. He's not a goal scorer.
I think he is now. No, you, Bruno.
Just a brace, man. He against West Ham shit defense.
Conor Gallagher is a player which I really like him.
I'm being real. He's not a goal scorer, but yeah, go.
The thing is, though, I don't think he's good enough for us yet. but I'm not going to write him off completely in the future because I've been watching him since he was at Charlton in 2019, and I was actually in the stadium when because my friend's a Charlton fan, so I went up with her to a game, and he scored a screamer versus Derby. So, and I've seen him a lot of times ever since then, and he does have strengths in his game which could benefit us, but not now. Not now. He's got to have another. He's got to have this season at Palace and another loan, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Bro, if he scored, go for
Let me just address something. That comment wasn't aimed at Colin Gallagher. Just for Daniel's benefit, it was aimed at others who will be saying, "Oh my God, let's get! I can't wait till he comes back next season."
Let's not get. There's
Andrew.
Andrew.
Palace.
It's aimed at people saying Marina out. He sent out Golden Boy Gallagher.
All I'm going to say.
Why did we send him alone?
Why on earth are we looking at Saul, Tchouameni, Kamara, Camavinga, and Aouar when we've got Conor Gallagher? That's the only thing I'm asking. Why? Why are we? I'm joking, obviously. I
almost took you a little seriously.
So, Jess just sent me a tweet that Chelsea have been in constant contact with Sevilla over the last few days for Koundé. Last hour, sorry, for Koundé. There was confidence for an agreement to come soon. Koundé has agreed personal terms until 2026. It feels like it's been that long since we agreed personal terms with him. But this is from Fabrizio Romano. It has to get done. No way does Zuma leave, and we don't buy. Chelsea don't buy. So that is correct. There's no way they let Zuma leave without having
especially with Zuma, who's been a long-term player
at
this club. Who they wouldn't just bin him.
No, there's no way they complete the sale without knowing that that's going to take place. But
because I know everyone likes to make fun of Zuma, but the club obviously do rate him because they wouldn't have kept him all these years when they could have sold him when he went through a bad patch after that injury and things like that. So yeah, Koundé's definitely coming in. But
Koundé's coming in. Probably deadline day.
It's exciting to see Koundé come in.
Deadline day is deadline day is the worst when you haven't finished your business. I like watching all the other clubs panic. I don't like it when we're involved. It's very nerve-wracking.
But is it really like a panic buy for us, considering we've been talking and planning and
getting the details done? That's the.
I guess.
Yeah, but I get it. We're not. It's not an international week.
Yeah.
We haven't got another game coming up, so.
I don't think Zoom.
He's been forced out. Really.
He's not been forced. I don't think he's been forced out. The club wanted him to leave, and he wanted to stay in London. We had the chance to give him to Sevilla, other clubs in England, other clubs in Europe, and we literally gave him the choice to stay in London. And he wouldn't have left if we didn't get a good fee for him. It's not like I mean, you could argue actually 30 million is cheap for what he's done in football.
Yeah, very cheap.
But it's not like we said, "Oh fuck it, give us 15 or 20 million and we'll fuck him off." It's not like that. So
true.
So, bringing it back to the game, I wanted to ask you guys if you feel. How do you feel about Romelu's performance overall? Like, do you still feel that he had a really good performance, strong performance? Because now in hindsight, now I think of it, I did have some frustrations with Romelu. There were some times where I felt that rather than trying to hold the ball up, he would try to advance. And sometimes he would overcomplicate himself and end up losing the ball or coming very close to losing the ball at times. And it's like, Romelu, I know you came in and you have big shoes to fill, and I know we really need a striker and stuff, but just calm down a little bit. Like, just look for someone, pass it. Like, let's keep possession. We don't always have to, especially when we're like playing a really, really strong side like Liverpool. Sometimes I feel like I don't really want you to always try to make an opportunity by yourself.
Yeah. But
I'd rather you be part with the team.
There's the thing is though, I get that is a fair criticism of him. That is fair. The only thing I would say though is, for me, the moments where you said he made it a bit complicated for himself, I think that was more due to the players around him than him himself. We know that he's not going to be a player that is going to dribble past Van Dijk and Matip and Trent on that side and get in a good position. He can't do it on his own. That's why I wanted Werner to play, because Werner would have been that extra out and out goal threat that could have given him more space as well. So I think it's a mixture.
Can you put up Bobby's? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Can you put up Bobby's comment? Lukaku did not play well against Liverpool. We saw the old clumsy Lukaku. I don't agree with that.
I don't agree.
I think like let's get one thing straight, right? Like we know, real Chris, Jesus Christ, bro, why aren't you here? Anyways, I know
you fraud.
Wait, Marshall, can I just add on to my point quickly? Just quickly.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just think we didn't really play to Lukaku's strengths in that first half. Really, I think we expected too much, if I'm being honest. And in my opinion, Van Dijk and Matip. For me, Van Dijk's the best centre back in the league. I know you guys might disagree, but for me, he is. And Matip is not world class, but he's still a good centre back. For me, it's probably the best partnership in a four. So I don't get what people were expecting when we didn't play to his strengths. It was against one of the best centre-back partnerships in the league. And that's why I think Jester made a point on Lewis's channel. Correct me if I'm misquoting what you said, Jester. If you're a player playing off of Lukaku now, you've got to step up as well, because the attention's not going to be on you. You're going to have space. So when the players around him aren't up to scratch and they're not taking it upon themselves to also make a massive impact, then we're over relying on Lukaku. I know he cost 97 million, but you can't expect Lukaku to do it on his own. I think it was a 6.5 out of 10 performance. I don't think he was bad. I just think he was a bit above average.
Will, can you put on CFC Times comment?
Shit, sorry,
right above?
I was too busy.
No, don't worry about it. You do your thing, man.
CFC Time. Is it this one?
Yeah, that one. So Lukaku and Mount avoided Havertz's run too many times. How many times did we talk about this last season? Like, straight up, like the amount of times that... Oh, and by the way, before I continue, guys, make sure you smash that like button. We got almost 50 of you watching. Really appreciate you being here and taking your time to be here as well. But smash that like button and help us out, show some love. But... last season, I remember the biggest people were always trashing Kai Havertz, saying, "Oh, he's underwhelming. He doesn't do much." And the thing is that I think at the time I was praising Pulisic because Pulisic was one of the few players I was actually paying attention to Kai's runs. Because Kai, let's get it right, Kai makes magnificent runs. They just go under the radar because he doesn't get the ball when he should. Exactly what CFC Times said. There's so many times where this attack, Lukaku and Mount were the biggest culprits of this, where they would just hold up the ball for too long and not pass it. And there'd be times where, let's get it right, like Kai Havertz was making a good run and they wouldn't give the ball. And we talked about this yesterday, but I think also, like, as a leader, Lukaku, he has to know this. He has to know this. And sometimes I feel like I understand you were brought into the team to be a leader. I understand that you want to make things happen, but when it's a team like this, when it's a formidable challenger, you have to like chill a little bit and play with the team, pick your head up, get other people involved, because that's the other thing that you provide. Lukaku doesn't only provide goals, he also provides, I don't want to say it like assists, but I want to say that he brings other players into the game, because of the attention he attracts from the defenders and how it leaves other players open. And he should know that. He should know that. And like the comment that I was trying to address previously before that Big Smokey said is that where was it? Lukaku did not play well against Liverpool. We saw the old clumsy Lukaku. Listen, I don't think we saw the old clumsy Lukaku. As a matter of fact, I think this idea that Lukaku that played at Man United is all gone is a little bit too much of a delusion in a sense, for lack of a term, because let's get it right, like he's gotten better, he has improved, but there is still those moments where he is gonna have a bad touch here and there. We saw some of it yesterday where he would try to dribble forward and then the ball ended up behind him. One time he did that and he ended up losing the ball and losing possession. Mind you, cut him a lot of slack. It was him against 2 defenders yesterday because we were down 10 men, right? But again, as a leader, I expect Lukaku to know this. Again, we're meshing. There's chemistry to be had, but there's, as a leader, you have to notice these things, step up and say something.
Marshall, is there any way we can find this person's account like by clicking on it? Because if I don't, I don't want to get trolled and this not be Ben Foster, the cycling GK. But if it is, thanks, I guess. Please.
I don't know.
Is there any way we can click on it and make sure it's real?
I don't think you can. No.
Oh, that's annoying. But I mean, if it is, if it is you,
thank you.
Yeah, I do as well. But if it's not you, then I hope you enjoy your evening anyway. So, thank you. Either way, you're giving us a view, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
And again, guys, make sure you hit that like button. We're almost at 40, so get us to 40, please. But what do you think of the criticism that I have for Lukaku, Andrew? Do you think there's validity in it? Am I overreacting? Am I just being a reactionary American?
Yes.
God damn! I didn't actually want you to fucking say that, but go.
Yeah, cool, no problem. I would say that Lukaku had a decent to good game. I thought he was isolated in the second half, but still managed to win a lot of headers, lay off the ball, some dribbling issues, some passing issues, holding up could have been better. But he did create the best chance for us in the probably the best chance of the game, second half for both sides. Kovacic, unfortunately, he's not naturally left-footed to go on and just smash it with his left to see what happens. He has to open himself up more and try and curl it around his right, which didn't help. Listen, I thought he played well. I don't know what the issue is. I don't know what people were expecting. Were they expecting him to fully destroy Van Dijk and Matip? Because if you remember, there was a run. There was 2 opportunities when he made a run. He took Matip and Van Dijk out of the game, but Kante didn't see him, and Kai didn't see him either, and he could have been in to score. He also robbed of 2 assists. Like I said, a Kovacic run, he laid it off for Mount, or even a pre-assist, and Mount could have crossed it for Havertz or shot better. Listen, I thought he had a good game. Under the circumstances. I thought he had a good game.
Yeah, definitely under the circumstances.
Yeah, so exactly. Under the second half, I don't know what people were expecting. He did more in the second half than I expected him to. Yeah. Remember, he was up front by himself. He had Kovacic, Mount, and Jorginho behind him. He's not going to get much help with that midfield behind him because they're going to be defending. So I really don't know what people expected and what expected to do in that second half.
With what you said, Marshall, I actually agree with some of the things you're saying, like how we didn't find Kai's runs. That's why I said I was less harsh on Kai.
Yeah.
I was less harsh on Kai because I thought Kai was pretty poor when I first watched it yesterday, but he got the goal. But I think his off the ball work was actually better than I thought when I originally watched it. So
that's the thing, and I think his off the ball work, Kai's off the ball work, I think goes unnoticed a lot. He's like he has that Ozil effect in a sense, right? Where like you don't. Is that the right? Am I using the right term? I don't know if Ozil's the right guy to use.
It depends what you're going to say. So make the point first, and then
it's like Ozil is always accused of not putting in enough work or not doing enough or looking like he doesn't want to be on the pitch. And that's the same kind of vibe you get from Kai. But in reality, when you really, really watch him closely, he's doing a lot of things off the ball. He oftentimes as an attacker, he's in the box. He's like helping with the defense. He's like on our half of the pitch trying to get the ball up, and he puts in a shift every game. He really does. I think Ozil's a good example. I'm not sure. I can't think of another one. I'm sorry. Is that what you're talking about, though, Will?
Not Ozil, because I think Ozil actually did sometime. Ozil, you have to pander your whole team around him. Like, if you look at Ozil at his best, you had to allow him to be lazy if you weren't an arrogant manager or a manager that always used to. Do you get what I mean? With Ozil, you have to allow him to do the lazy things to get the best out of him. You have to pander to his strengths. Whereas with Havertz, I don't think it's like that as such. I think, and I mean, Jose Mourinho actually got the best out of Ozil. I think Mourinho didn't back down with him, to be fair. So
Chris having a howler in chat right now, but we move.
But yeah, my mind's been blank, Marshall. Sorry if I waffled a bit there.
No, it's totally okay. I think that at that point too, we're about an hour in. I think we got a good recap of the game. Overall, I say, guys, like I know Andrew feels that we won a point rather than lose, because I know if this was us last season, we would have been pissed. We also probably wouldn't have won with 10 men down last season.
Or wouldn't have drawn. Yeah.
We wouldn't have drawn. I'm sorry. It kind of feels like a win because we were 10 men down. And like the other context to add to this is also it's fucking Anfield. We tied with 10 men at Anfield, guys. Like, let that sink in. You know, that's a big fucking deal. But Will, do you feel that, you know, this was a good draw?
Oh yes, I tweeted it. It reminded me of Chelsea of old a little bit. I mean, I say Chelsea of old. It reminds me of Mourinho, where everyone hates us. It almost feels like the whole world's against us, and we somehow pull out a draw out of nothing. So yeah, I'd say I really feel like this team. This will also give the team more chemistry with each other. They'll be in another situation where they've got out of a dire situation in game. I think it'll make them even more bonded together. We saw what happened when Henderson thought he was a smart ass, the cunt, and tried to. I actually like Henderson, but anyway, and then went up to Mendy and tried to, you know, pick on him, and then Lukaku bodied him out of the way. I like the game in general. To be fair, I think it will be remembered in the future as a very important game, and it could go in our way to win the league. So yeah, it was a positive result.
I agree with a lot of people, and real Chris, I wish you were here to give us your perspective. You want to say mentality? Would you like to explain, real Chris? No, you can stay in chat, real Chris. But
Chris, I just realized we've literally done a shorter stream and earlier, so you can come on.
yeah.
But anyway,
but it's okay, real Chris. You go ahead and lay in your
have
bed
a hot
naked.
water bottle. You know?
However you drink some warm tap water, whatever.
No, not warm tap water. Fucking hell. Warm milk.
But, warm milk,
warm
bitch.
but I think overall this game definitely shows that champions mentality.
Like this shows it.
Exactly. That champions mentality that we had towards the tail end of the season and that won us the Champions League is still there. We haven't relaxed a bit. We're going into the season with the mentality that we want to win the Prem. And that definitely showed yesterday, considering it was Anfield. And people like to say, oh, the 12th player, the 12th, you know, the
12th player was the
fans
fucking
like to
referee,
say.
not the fans.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah. The fans were actually quieter than usual. If you guys realize that.
Marshall,
they were very quiet that game.
Are we going to wrap up in a minute? Because there's one thing I need to say before you wrap up. Or there's a couple of things. Up the Chelsea. Fuck Anthony Taylor. Fuck Liverpool. Fuck their shitty stadium. Fuck Alisson. Fuck Salah. Fuck United. Fuck Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And remember that Jorginho is your UEFA Men's Player of the Year.
I love that image. I really
And
do.
we can't
it
wait for
won't get
deadline
old.
day. There you are, Marshall. You can see it again.
Yeah, it's you love to see that, man. What a great picture. But anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. But make sure that before you leave today, you smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Help us get to our next goal of 1.3 subscribers. Share the video if you would like. If you're watching this in the future, leave a comment. Let us know what you thought of the game, what you thought of Anthony Taylor, what you thought of the Chelsea men's mentality with 10 men down, still coming out with a draw. Am I forgetting something? Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. And make sure you check the description for all our links, my channel,
Notifications,
Andrew's Twitter. Make sure you turn on your notifications as well so you don't miss. This week we're going to be busy. Make sure you turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of our shows. We will be having call-ins as well at some of those shows.
Thanks for the
But yeah,
donation
links.
gesture as well.
Thanks for the donations earlier as well. And yeah, check the link in the description. Join us on Discord. Make sure you check out everyone's content. And on that note, guys, thank you so much for being here. We'll be talking to you guys soon. And as Kai likes to say, don't do drugs. And if you subscribe, we will be your best friend.
We're back
Peace.
to the rival show tomorrow.